Good morning. We're back, and today we'd like to discuss about the Tenite stocks on the Springfield Stevens 94B shotguns. And the Tenite goes back to, I believe, 1927. It's a product of Eastman Kodak, and it consists of plasticized soft wood dust. Now this particular one has been cut down. They put it for a child. You can see it's a shell stock, like an AR stock. And they put a wood plug in here to hold the recoil pad on. You can see the screws right here. And that would be hard to repair anyway. Also, we do have a crack right in here. Also, you can see how it's warped. Okay. Now also, the fore end, I'm going to put this down on the table, and you can see how it is also warped. So the cutoff date on the Tenite and the 94B Stevens would be 1948, from what I can find out. And we're going to make the transition from Tenite to the wood. And there's some things, some kinks, and some tricks you can do that'll save you some time. There'll be some things that could throw you for a tailspin. So let's start off with the receiver. We've got the receiver all stripped out. You can see this one here happens to be a Springfield, and this other one happens to be a Stevens. It's got the black paint on it. That's the way they come. The Stevens was first, then your Springfield. This Springfield one is in pretty bad shape. It's all beat up right in here, but well, what the heck? 72 years, you know. It's had some pretty hard miles. Now, when you transition to your wood, you'll have, gosh, I gotta get this off. Hang on. This plug here comes with the Tenite. And in the parts catalog, the Nubric parts catalog, it does not show this in the breakdown of the parts. And nowhere can I find one of these. So this one here screws in, and that's 1/4 by 28. And they'll tell you to, you know, buy their bolt here. And the bolt that come out of this with the Tenite is 2 1/8 inch screwdriver. And it's you know, 12 by 24 thread, which is about 3/16. So that's not long enough when you go back to the wood, okay? So therefore, rather than buying the bolt, which sometimes they do not have, we have just gone ahead and used this. And we take and drill this out 3/16 bit. We drill it down to 3/4 inch. Then we go back in with a 1/4 by 20 taper tap. Then clean out all the all of the metal bits, then go back in with a bottom tap. Okay? That way you can just put a standard bolt in here. And we've got this taped off just to show you how far it goes back in here. And it'll be going in here 5/8 of an inch. But they do not show this part. But I feel I want to go in it, stay in with this part, because it helps to, you know, with the horizontal movement and also the lateral movement whenever it recoils. Also, this wood, it comes unfinished from Brownells. You get both the fore-end and buttstock. They also give you a butt plate with it. You have to finish it. But in order to make it work with this part right here, you're going to have to take a 7/16 bit. This is 7/16 diameter right here. You have to drill that out about 1/2 inch deep in order for this to go all the way back in, like that. So, again, the bolt, the stock bolt, and I've already measured this off, and what you'll need it'll be 4 inches long. So you can buy a bolt, cut it off to 4 inches, and there you'll have it. Of course, you'll need to have a washer also. Okay, now when you go back in with the hardware on the fore-end, you know, your fore-end cap, and also your mechanism that, for your snap lock, the screws are machine screws. You see that that brass insert in here that's molded in it? Now your wood fore-end, that will take a different screw. And what we're using is a countersink screw, and it's 3/8 inch long. And of course, now the fore-end, you're going to have to drill all these holes for it. The 2 holes for your fore-end cap, and then the 2 holes here for your mechanism for your snap latch. Okay, so now, you know, you can find stalks around here, some, you know, like here and there at the bargain table at your gun store, and if it's got the little scallop here, you know that will fit a Stevens Model 94 and on up, I think, to the 107. They'll interchange. Okay. Also, you wanna, I've got this all stripped down. There's a couple little points here I want to make, and one point is that if you take your flip lever off for your latch, you want to take your mainspring out. Let's compare these both here. You want to take your mainspring out right here. And this tool here, it's a Stanley tool. It's a 66-034 offset screwdriver to get your snap latch out. There's no other way to do it, but I've found that, but with this tool here, it fits perfectly up here in this little slot to take that screw out. That's been a problem for a lot of people, including me, finding the right size of offset screwdriver. Okay, so now we're going to clean this up, clean up all the parts. Amazingly, both of these 94Bs were pretty clean inside, and not much going on with them. This particular one had the trigger guard, the front screw on the trigger guard, that was loose. And now the only way you can get in there, you know, to tighten that screw up and to install it, you have to have your hammer pulled out and also your firing pin. Now your firing pin, you've got a little screw right here, you take out and it slips right out. And there is no spring behind the firing pin, unlike the Iver Johnson, which does have a spring that you have to keep track of. So no spring in here, don't worry about any of that. Also, the parts catalog, they do not show this pin right here as a part that you can buy either. And you can see that one side is splined and the other side is not splined. I haven't seen a Stevens Springfield that was all that loose right in here. But if it is, you can take your fore-end cap and peen it a little bit, stifle it with a little prick punch, and that'll tighten things up for you if you had to do that. Okay, now back to the stocks. This set of wood is from Brownells and unfinished. I had to shorten the front here by 1/4 of an inch because it would not go all the way back to the end here, and had to do some whittling here. And when you go back in and start to tighten it up, you'll want to squeeze this right in here because it's kind of an interference fit here. You see how the angle is right here and how the angle is right here? So it's kind of an interference fit, and that helps strengthen everything here, you know, on recoil and all of that. All right. Now, here's a stock from New Brick Arms, and it came to us finished and did not have to do anything with it at all. It slipped right on. It was also drilled out 7/16 diameter, 1/2 inch deep for your pin right here. So you got two choices. You could get Brownells, which has beautiful wood, or you can get New Brick Arms, which is pretty much like a packing crate, but they got all the dimensions correct on it. Also, the finish on these that we put on, we used the Birchwood KC True Oil, and this is 5 coats of the True Oil. Okay? All right, well, the next time you see us, you'll see all this put back together. Mary Sue has already powder coated the trigger guard and also the fore-end cap. And the powder coat is gunmetal gray. The trigger guards on these 94Bs are die cast, you can see. And why not make it look nice? So that's about as far trick as we're going to go with this to make it look good. And this ought to wake it up. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.